God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. This is the Nathan Napalm channel, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in Pantheon related content on our march to launch. Today, guys, I want to talk about character creator. Now, obviously, I don't know any more than you do about how it's going to turn out in Pantheon. This video is more about talking about what features I would like to see, what I expect out of it, and that kind of thing. So as we walk through this video, as you listen to me rant and go on about character creators and what I think of it, please keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and if you have one that I didn't mention or you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. I love to discuss that kind of thing. But let's get right to it, guys. So if Pantheon Rise of the Fallen goes with a robust character creator system, which they have said that it will be comparable to modern day MMOs, what can we expect from it? What do we want from it? And what is important to us with the character creator? I know that for many people, the character creator is one of their favorite features of MMOs. As a matter of fact, in many lists that talk about across the wide reaches of the internet, talking about features from MMOs they wish would make the jump to more genres of games, top of that list is usually the character creator, because especially in modern day times, the character creators have gotten really imaginative and giving the player a lot of flexibility to make a unique avatar that they can play and really connect with. The thing about it is, though, is Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is an indie project that seems, as of now, to be more focused on making sure that the game, the actual quality of the world, and the activities within that world, and the lore, and group gameplay is going to be 100%. So, to me, the character creator is taking a side seat, and that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. I would deal with Pantheon even if it just goes back to an EverQuest type system with some hairstyles, some faces, and, you know, maybe how tall and short they are. I wouldn't complain. I would just be like, oh, well. Actually, I would complain. I complain a little bit, but not major. It wouldn't spoil the game for me. I wouldn't not play the game over it. But that's not what I want. I'm not giving an open door to Visionary Realms to do that because I think it would turn off a lot of people. I'm in a minority of people who, you know, I'll deal with it whatever you got. It's not that big of a deal. But that's not what this video is about. What do I want out of it? Well, I want there to be a lot of hairstyles, number one. I want there to be a wide variety of them. I'm hoping it's a classic thing in MMOs for hair, for example, that they usually don't go much further than shoulder length due to clipping issues and things like that. I'm hoping they can get past that. I know that's something they talked about. Don't even get me started on the scar and taking away the spikes and things because of clipping situations with gear. So it sounds like that's a concern in the making of the game, and I get it from a programming standpoint. The complete ridiculousness of trying to get around that or circumvent that without the hair looking completely goofy, I get it. And plus, you gotta figure, I feel like it's easier for a more Japanese art style to make crazy hairstyles that are still long but still are away from the body than it would be for more of an American or a D&D style of art that it seems like we're getting from Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. I get all that, and I'll be okay with it. I understand. I know about clipping and all that kind of thing. But I would like to see some longer hairstyles, especially for the female options. And the hairstyle's going to be epic for getting my wife Winter to play the game. You know, for example, when she gets on many MMOs, you know, thing is it's, I don't know this for certain, but it certainly feels as if when a female's making a female character for their avatar, their options sometimes are laughable. You know, the hairstyles look completely ridiculous, almost as if, you know, the developers and the art team have never even seen a woman or women's hair before in their life. The ponytails are all weird and, like, you know, tied up at the very top of their head and like all these weird things. You know, so hopefully Visionary Realms can get some of the experienced women on the team to help, you know, make some of these female hairstyles so that they're not completely cringe-inducing nightmares like I've seen in many other MMOs. So that's definitely pretty high up there on my list. is that we have a plethora of options. I would like to see there be even a length kind of thing, you know, where you can kind of, even if it's not drastic, where you can kind of adjust how short or long that particular hairstyle is. That would be really cool. I always enjoy that. And something that EverQuest 2 pioneered, or at least to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure it was the first MMO to do this, was the two-tone. So you pick two colors for your hair, and the other one's kind of like highlights. That's in EverQuest 2. It was there at launch, and it was something I really enjoyed. It's in lots of other MMOs as well. Final Fantasy XIV has a really cool and beautiful system with that. So I'm hoping for something like that. And speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, I want to mention it again because it has a decent character customization, but not as crazy as something like maybe Black Desert Online, which has a very extensive, impressive character creator. But the Final Fantasy XIV one is good. It's solid, it works, and you can make some really cool characters with it, and you can play around with it, and it has enough options there for it to work. So I would be okay with the system like that. I think that that's good enough. Something comparable to it would definitely appease me. Now, moving on from the hairstyle, so I would like to see there be some sliders for the face, you know, even if it's more basic and archaic than things we see almost as the normal now, but being able to adjust cheekbones and ear size, and especially for elves, man, you gotta give us an option on those elves' ears that kind of allow us to make them. I like, if I'm gonna have an elf, man, I want their ears to be extremely long. I like those long, pointy elf ears, and really stand out, and so that absolutely nobody questions if you're a human or an elf. That's what I like, me personally. Things like that, to where you can kind of adjust the nose side, the nose itself, the width and length, you know, that kind of thing. Lip size, you know, some sculpting. Give us a little bit of sculpting on the face would be cool, but also I like it when they give me a couple of starter faces, okay? I don't want to have to sculpt my entire face how I want it and take hours to get it right. Give me a couple of generic faces, and then I can kind of mold it from there. That's me personally. Of course, I want there to be options for the eyes separately. I think that, you know, that's very important, at least to me, is that, you know, the eyes aren't just included with the face with a couple of sliders on it. You know, give me some actual options with the eyes and let me pick between them, and adjust them a little bit would be nice as well. And of course, for me, a big thing is give me lots of options for beards. I want a lot of beard options. You know, give me some long beards, you know, even, you know, not just, you know, dwarves, I would assume, are going to have lots of beard options, but not just for the dwarves. Give the humans some beard options, etc. Because, well, I like beards. I have one. I want my character to have one as well. I just like them. And there's some really cool designs I've seen in MMOs, especially with the dwarves, that give some really cool beard options, and that's a must for me. You're going to have to give me some of the beard options, guys. And if you can throw in the same technology used to create the hair lengthening or shortening, and you could put that on the beard, especially if you can do things like make it like bushier and make it like less bushier, and like, you know, that would be freaking awesome, but not mandatory once again. As far as the body, I think they should give us some options. Let us you know, make it a skinny character. I think we should be able to make an obese character. I think we should make them look super ripped, you know, all that kind of thing and everything in between. So I'm down with that. And speaking of body types and giving some options there, I like the and of course, we can always go to BDO. BDO, or Black Desert Online, has a wonderful everything, but forgetting about it, because I don't expect by any stretch of the imagination that Pantheon's going for that ridiculous of a character creator for their game. I just really, that's way beyond what I want them to focus their time and attention on, as I think most of you would agree with me. However, a game like Elder Scrolls Online has a pretty decent character creator. I would argue that it's very hard to make a character that's a human type, at least, that doesn't look ugly. There's something about that design philosophy that they have that most of the characters actually just look ugly for some reason. However, there's enough there, especially with the way you can make their bodies. There's quite a bit of option there as far as making different body shapes and sizes, and I think that should be an option. For example, if I make a dwarf, I don't want my dwarf to be ripped. I want my dwarf to be jolly. I want him to have a little jolly belly, like Santa Claus kind of thing. I want him to be a little rounder. That's what I think a good dwarf is. He eats and he drinks and he fights, and the drinking catches up with him. So that's me. That's what I think. A human, I might make them somewhere in between. I mean, it just depends. Probably my main, if my main is a human, it has to be human or a dwarf because I'm playing paladin. So if it is a human, then somewhere between muscular and skinny, I would probably make mine. But it also just depends on the options there, and as I'm playing with it, what seems appeasing for me to look at all day, every day. And that makes me think of something else. Your gamer base, you got to think about Visionary Realms. We're older people, and I know for a fact that some of the men that are going to be playing haven't had hair in so long. They would love to make their avatar have flowing, beautiful hair, minus from Pantheon Plus included in that. Also, I noticed that when the characters die in Pantheon, they're like in their boxers or underwear, you know, and that's fine for the corpse run and everything. Obviously, I'm not looking for a Age of Conan nakedness with body parts swinging around. That's definitely not what I want. But it would be cool, since that's the system you're going with, give us a little bit of customization on the underwear. You know what I mean? Or maybe those would be really cool drops. Put that in the inventory slot. I know it's not right now, but you know, give us an inventory slot for the underwear. You know, let us customize our underwear so that when we are doing the corpse runs, we can do them in style. I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not at the same time. Anyway, guys, what do you think? I'm not going to make this too long. It's already long enough just talking about character customization, but did I not mention something that you would like to see in the MMO? Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Is there something I said that you don't want to see in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen? Let's discuss it. Give me your thoughts and what you think and what your expectations are, and let's roll from there. And once again, before I end this video, I have to say that if it comes down to the wire, I do not want Visionary Realms wasting precious development time on the character creator. Like I say, that's something they can develop over time. If they're just planning, they're not planning on doing sliders, they're just gonna have some faces, some body types, some hair types, some beard types, it's mandatory, and you know, that be that, then that's okay, and they can add more options as they go, and I'm okay with that, you know, because I don't want to waste a lot of their time when they could be actually making the in-game experience, you know, where we're gonna actually spend our time doing in the world of Terminus. I don't want them to waste that on the character creator. That's just me. What do you guys think about that? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments down below. I always enjoy reading the comments and seeing what you guys think. And until next time, guys, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm it's a video buffet, you can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.